Centre, Big Jones. Now it's Norwood in the white trunks. We'll explain just why they've got the white when they're playing at home. And quickly coming out of the centre was Seekamp, who got the hand pass away. That's Gregg Parke, former Victorian player with Melbourne and Footscray. Coming out of the pack there was Graeme Dunstan, former Collingwood player from Victoria. Overrun, the chance coming in towards Parke, who'll fire for goal from about 15 metres. And he's hit the post.
Yes, he should not have missed that shot, David. It was a walk-in goal, that one.
Well, Gregg Parke in fine form against North Adelaide on Saturday in South Australia. He took 23 marks and could be a focal point for the Norwood team. This is Rod Austin taking Carlton out of defence after that early first score by Norwood. The high flyer was Sydney Jackson, down to the ground to Seekamp, who's pushed in the back, and he'll take the free kick. Seekamp, a veteran of many games for Norwood, driving it towards centre half forward again, looking for Parke. But that's the half-forward flanker over there in Gallagher, who took that mark. And interference to Gregg Parke at centre half-forward. He'll drive it right down towards the half-forward line, looking for Woodcock. Woodcock was in front of the pack. Coming out of the back was Greg Nicholson, the second rover. Gets the hand pass away. The fire for goal from Glen Rosser, the winger. And he too is offline. And Norwood, to date, doing all the attacking. Two behind, straight to Norwood in just 60 seconds of play.
David, Woodcock, of course, on the half-forward flank, a very elusive, skillful player, and would have to be checked pretty tightly.
Rod Austin with the ball for Carlton now. Takes the kick out from the full-back position. Is dropping short. Button in the front position. But a good mark there taken by Kevin Heath of the Carlton football side, number 18. He takes the kick to centre wing, looking up here for the half-forward line to Lidio. He overruns the ball, picked up here and by number 19 for its palm of Norwood out to Seekamp, the centre player, number 26, looking forward, pushed in the back by Cantozio, gets a handball, but coming through hard and fast there was Pickett. He can't handle the ball, taken away here. Carlton to attack, Pickett on the bottom of the pack, and the umpires found a free kick here to Carlton, and it looks like it will be going to Pickett or Lee McConnelly. Handballs only to Olsen. Olsen to his left boot, up to the half-forward line, looking for Alan Mangles, number 10. He's a natural left footer, swings around his left boot, up to the forward line, looking to his co-forwards. Oh, a good mark. A good mark in defence there. In the last on defence by Button. He handballs over here to Norwood. They go into attack through Gregg, number 22, who gets a handball back here when they go further into attack. Mark McClure sits underneath. Dropped an easy mark. Taken away here by Norwood, who go further afield. It was Woodcock, number 11, who took the ball forward, and the umpires found a free kick here. It will go Carlton's way, and it looks like it will be taken here by Carlton, and it's going to number 30, Pickett, on centre wing. He will take the kick. He's playing on centre wing, but will take the free kick from the centre half-back position, very close to the half-back flank, grandstand side. A good start by both sides, very fast. Oh, it's a high kick to centre wing. Sitting underneath McConnell. Palmer's number 19. McConnell has the ball pushed in the back. No free kick. Coming in hard and fast there. You'll find number 9 for Norwood. Takes the ball back to centre half forward. Greg Towns is there. Can't do a thing with it all. They're going in hard and fast. Mark McClure takes the ball. Tries to get his left boot to it. Can't do a thing with it. Coming through is Rosser. Rosser gets his left boot down the half forward on the mark. A mark goes to Nicholson, number 12 of Norwood. Some 35, 40 metres out of goal. And a great start to Norwood in the opening minutes of the game. It's a drop punt going towards goal. Will drop short, they fly and force through for 1 point to Norwood. Takes them on to 3 points with Carlton yet to score. Neil Kerley, a very fast opening.
Yeah, very fast, Ted, on both sides using a lot of handball.
Austin, the kick-off towards Towns and finds him in the back pocket. Down towards the half-back flank, and the mark taken over there by Ray Byrne. Carlton and Norwood playing in this Group D match. We remember that the only game in this particular group was won just 2 weeks ago by Carlton under atrocious conditions, defeating South Fremantle from Western Australia. Now they're up against last year's champions, Norwood from South Australia. Towards centre half forward go Carlton. In towards the centre it goes, and Norwood doing pretty well. Comes out towards their winger in David Baum. Baum gets it on towards the half-back flanker. Down towards half-forward line it goes. Coming out is Barry Armstrong for Carlton. He loses possession of the ball. Penalty goes to the Carlton centre man.
I think that's a fair decision, David. It was an obvious free kick. I'm not one-eyed at all, Kerley. That was an obvious free kick.
Holding ball.
Good play by Rod Pope, who drove Norwood into attack. There's a nice mark taken by Button in the centre. Big fellow with interstate experience for South Australia. In towards the centre, a bad kick. Looking for Seekamp, knocked away from him by Jackson. Carlton players backing each other up pretty well. Barry Armstrong.
I think that was on the back tip.
free kick to Armstrong again, who's putting his body in good shape. Centre of the ground. Norwood leading 3 points to 0 at this stage after just 4 minutes of this 21-minute quarter. Good mark at centre half-back, and it's taken over there by Neil Kerley. Not Neil Kerley.
How long arms were that long?
He wasn't that good.
He was the former Melbourne player who got it right across to the other half-back flank to Thiel, and Thiel drives it in towards the centre. The mark taken by Phil Gallagher. Gallagher up towards the full forward. See, they're well in position, almost the mark taken.
Oh, heck.
Knocked away, taken there by O'Connell, who's grabbed, not in possession. Umpire Peter Mead calls for the bounce. So fairly torrid opening to this game, which is now 5 minutes old, with Norwood leading 3 points to 0.
Umpire Peter Mead walks in to bounce the ball. Peter Jones goes up. He wins a tap down. Goes out towards McConnell. Number 19 was Camp. He couldn't do much with the ball at all. And we find Gallagher in there, number 11 for Norwood. Norwood are in the white shorts and Carlton in the black shorts as umpire Peter Mead comes in to bounce the ball. Button on the ball, but number 9 goes up and round the neck. An obvious free kick. Must be paid to Norwood, and it goes to Johnny Wynne. In the first ruck, he goes for a high drop punt kick up to the centre half forward position. McClure in the front position, couldn't handle it. Goes to Katoggio out the centre wing, coming in as Alan Mangles in the front position. He can't mark the ball, knocks Seekamp out the way. Olsen's there, number 24, pushed in the back, no free kick. Oh, and in comes Nicholson for Norwood. Shoots at goal, but it's offline by young Nicholson, number 12 for Norwood, and it goes through for another behind to Norwood in the opening 5 or 6 minutes of the game. Gives them 5 points on the scoreboard to Carlton yet to score.
This is bad football by Norwood. That's 3 times that's happened.
There's the kick out to Greg Towns now, goes to McClellan, and McClellan, number 32, takes his mark on the half-back flank for Carlton. Looking for lead centre field. There's a short one from Greg Towns and has marked safely. No chance of playing on because he is surrounded by Norwood players. Greg Towns, the boy from Tasmania, takes a kick around centre wing, looking for Sidney Jackson, but it's all, he's surrounded, taken by Delidio. Delidio gets up to the half-forward line, but it's all Norwood. Big Buttons in there, number 25 or 35 is Kerley there, can't do a thing about it, and the umpire allows plays to go on, and coming in hard was Pickett, number 30. For Carlton, and he will take no. The free kick's been paid against him, and it's going to Kerley of Norwood. Stephen Kerley, half-back flank in front of the very pro Norwood crowd, obviously. Peter Jones in front, gets it down towards McConnell after Jones couldn't take the mark. McConnell towards centre half forward. The high flyers there. Stephen Kerley was in there. The ball to the ground. Good play by Armstrong. Breaks clear of the pack and fires for Carlton's first score. And it's a minor one as Stephen Kerley was there to defend well, but not before it had gone through for a behind to Carlton. And that opens their scoring. 4 points to Norwood and 1 to Carlton at the 7-minute mark. Neil Kerley.
It's testing time at the moment. Both sides are having a very good look at each other, and neither side is able to break clear.
Now, this is Zubrinich in the back pocket who gets the ball down towards centre field. A nice kick. Armstrong in front. So is Jackson, number 5 for Carlton, who drops the mark. The hand passes on. Good play by Carlton, moving the ball nicely.
Tackle.
Tackled there, loses possession of the ball, and the free kick must go to the half-back flanker in Pope. Pope playing his 250th game, gets it across to co-half-back man in Thiel. Thiel down towards centre, half forward, and the good mark is taken over there for Norwood. Is it Palm again? Palm up towards the full forward zone, looking for Michalanney. Michalanney marks well in front of Austin, about 50 metres out from goal. And Norwood are playing very well in the opening stages of the game, David. They're leading to the ball, leading Carlton to the ball. Right, Michalanney, the full forward, who kicked 4 or 5 goals in Saturday's runaway win against North Adelaide, in which Norwood kicked about 24 goals. It's not a bad shot, but again it's offline. And Norwood throwing away chances, Neil.
Yes.
They're kicking with the aid of a slight breeze. Let's repeat, conditions here ideal for football. Only a slight breeze favouring that scoreboard end, but very crisp, cold night in Adelaide. The ground in very firm condition, and this is the first time that we haven't encountered rain in 4 night matches. Teddy Whitten. There's the kick out now going towards free kick to Peter Jones off Carlton, number 28, interfered by Big Button of Norwood, and Jones handballs on towards Greg Town. He goes straight down the centre, looking for the centre half forward player. Can't find Delidio. Jackson's there, but 33 you'll find is Thiel. He gets a handball over. Oh, but they're in trouble here as coming in hard. You'll find the Carlton players Johnny O'Connell, and he will take the free kick. It looks like Johnny O'Connell from my position. No, it's not. It's Delidio, number 22.
It's the same old story, Ted. If a side makes a mistake, you've got to capitalise. And Norwood made a bad error there, a bad handball error. And now we see Carlton about to capitalise.
The opportunity of Carlton putting their first goal on the board. It looks pretty good to me. It's straight through the centre. One goal goes onto the scoreboard for Carlton. They go to 1-1-7, leading Norwood 5 straight points.
The interception there is by Pickett. Pickett in towards Sydney Jackson in the centre, and Jackson in all sorts of bother, but held when not in possession, and he takes the free kick.
Just a little bit too clever for the Norwood player then, David. As Sydney Jackson out from the centre half forward position takes his kick up, looking for a player in position. Oh, nearly a good mark paid, but play on as the call goes to Wynne, out towards Thiel, or Thiel his name, and it goes and the play goes on. The umpire allows play to go on. Should have been free kicks paid there, as Thiel of Norwood gets the ball around to the half-back flank, goes very wide, out towards centre wing, where we find Rossier gets the ball out here towards Palm, and Palm goes to the centre half-forward or near centre wing position and finds number 11 Gallagher for Norwood. He goes straight down the centre half-forward. Heath is in the front position with Mark McClure. No mark, play on as a call. Taken away here by Seekamp onto his left boot. Shoots a goal, and he's put it through. The centre player for Norwood, number 26, a magnificent piece of football, swung onto his left boot and put it through for the first goal of Norwood. They go to 1-5, leading Carlton 1-1. Neil Kerley.
I think they're playing ducks and drakes here, Norwood, with their numbers. Seekamp, that number 11 you called Gallagher is Woodcock, and Woodcock has played a number 10 all his life, all his league life, and I think they've thrown some different numbers around to try and confuse the Carlton and us.
What about the commentators?
Yeah.
There's the bounce now going up there hard as we find Johnny Wynne. He gets it down to Woodcock now, is it, who is in the Seekamp, who's in the position there to try and get rid of it. He can't do so. Comes out to Armstrong.
Right.
Oh, his kick is smothered. Taken by Woodcock now, I believe.
No,
and
Palm.
Goes down to Palm, out towards Nicholson. Nicholson is number 12. He handballs to Gregg Parke. Shoots a goal offline and through for another point to Norwood. They're hard and fast into attack, Norwood. 1-6. They lead. Carlton 1-1.
Yes, Ted, you're going to have a lot of trouble here now. They've
Well,
confused
come on, Neil. Now, you're the South Australian expert. Come on.
I can pick them up for you.
Okay.
9 is Gallagher.
Help these Victorian commentators
11
out.
is Woodcock.
9 Gallagher.
Right, Austin taking the kick off. You help Ted, Neil, because we're confused. The knock away goes down towards Barry Armstrong, who sends Carlton forward again. Kerley knocking the ball well away from the big fellow Delidio. Down to ground it goes. Mangles coming in. Mangles should get the hand pass away, but elects to take the kick, and it's a bad one, and it's intercepted well in the back pocket by Gregg. He gets the ball down towards the centre wing, and a mark taken by Palm. Gee, they're playing well, Norwood. Into the centre to Seekamp, but tried for the slips catch. Didn't come off. In comes McClure. Oh, he ran into a lot of trouble. Into the centre it goes again. A chance for Pope. Overrun by that play. In comes Catoggio. Held when not in possession, and he'll take the free kick. Vin Catoggio, centre field, towards the half-forward line. Alan Mangles is there. Has McConnon running past him. Elects not to take the hand pass. And Mangles driving up towards the full-forward zone. Looking for Peter Brown. In there is Jones. Knocked away well by the Norwood defence. Kicked off the ground by Pickett. And it's a minor score. Carlton 1-8. Norwood 1-6-12. Repeating that Norwood are in the white shorts, which is unusual for the home team, but because of the confusion likely to come up on black and white television, the National Football League are making sure now that teams with similar colours have in fact contrasting shorts. So it's now Norwood with the white shorts and Carlton with the dark blue. Towards centre half forward, Jackson behind the pack. Jackson will fire for goal, and I think he's scored. A minor. Behind to Jackson, and now it's Carlton's turn for inaccuracy. They move to 1-3-9. Norwood a 1-6-12. So that's let me see. That's 4 shots to Carlton and 7 to Norwood. 11 shots for only 2 goals after 15 minutes of this 21-minute term. The second quarter will also be 21 minutes flat, and the third and fourth terms will be 21 minutes plus time on.
There's the kick out by Stasinowsky from full-back, taken by Rayburn at the centre half back or centre half forward position for Carlton. He goes directly back to the full forward position, looking for a player forward. Can't find one in particular for his own side. Players going it very hard, but the umpire decides on throwing this ball into the boundary throw-in.
Ted, Carlton, I think, is starting to play in front a little more than than Norwood, and I think they're going to find a lot more frees.
The throw in there, Button is in there for Norwood, comes down to the ground here, taken away here by Norwood. They go round about the half-forward flank. Thiel is there, number 33. He dropped the ball, picked up here. It looks like going in hard there was Delidio. He gets it back to the full forward position. They fly high, no mark. City Jackson moves in, shoots at goal, but it's way offline, close to the boundary line, and looks like it'll go over on the full, and a free kick will be played here to the Norwood club. Stasinowsky will take the free kick here from the last line of defence. Got some wonderful names here, Stasinowsky and Michalanney, and there they go. There's Galt, number 17 for Carlton, has taken the mark on the half-forward flank. Carlton must have a little bit of pressure on him at this stage because Norwood have taken the game right up to the short one. Look in here for Mangles. He couldn't handle the ball. Oh, coming in hard as Palm. He gets a handball back here to Kerley. He goes centre field. Out looking for number 21, Rossier. And Rossier's marked on the half-back flank. He's a centre wing player. Looking here now for number 9. And number 9 has marked the ball. It's Gallagher. He goes on. Oh, Norwood are playing fast football. On they go. Oh, there's an opening here for it out to Johnny Wynne. And Johnny Wynne from centre field goes down looking for Gregg. Parke. He dropped a very easy mark there. Umpire Lee allows the play to go on, but has found the free kick here to Norwood. Will be taken by the former Melbourne Footscray player in Gregg Parke.
Norwood have made a change. They've taken Gallagher out of half-forward to the centre and put Seekamp to half-forward flank.
Comments from Neil Kerley, the coach of the Glen team, who have won their both games now in the National Football League. And Gregg Parke takes his shot at goal. Looks good. Oh, it's straight through the centre. To another goal to Norwood, who now lead 2 goals, 6, 18 points to Carlton. 1 goal, 3, 9 points.
That free kick, of course, Ted, was the result of the new rule brought in this year. I don't know if it's right through Australia. It certainly applies here, whereas a player bending down over a ball and hit from the front around the head area receives an automatic free kick.
Well, these numbers are certainly confusing for people who haven't seen the Adelaide South Australian clubs terribly often. There's a free kick in the centre, and it could be John Wynne to take it again. No, it's Button. Button towards centre half forward, looking for Parke, who's a high flyer, has it knocked away from him. In fact, he judged it poorly. Mark McClure was 36 for Carlton, got it down to the ground, or a pack of players. The umpire allowing play to go on. Towns gets the hand pass away to Armstrong, and Armstrong's short distance pass down towards half forward line. Oh, good tackling there by the South Australian defence, and that's Kerley over there, and he'll take the free kick. Has the lead from Wynne in the centre, but he elects to go for the long kick towards the half-forward line, looking for Parke, who's misjudging it badly now, and McClure from behind judged it nicely and takes the mark. Only about 3 minutes to go in this first quarter, with Norwood nicely on top, 18-9. The kick down towards the half-forward line. Kerley was in that pack of players, taken away by Thiel. Intercepting there was Jackson. Good play by Cotoggio. Puts him in a nice position to get the left foot kick up towards the half-forward line. Brown is the full forward leading out. Peter Brown, a newcomer to the Carlton team, closely followed by Stasinowsky. Close to the line. Good football by Carlton. In towards centre field. Taken away there by Byrne. Byrne up towards the goal mouth. And it's just offline and through for yet another minor score. And Carlton 1 goal 4. 1-4-10, trailing Norwood 2-6-18, coming up to the 19-minute mark of this first quarter, and a very big crowd. It would be probably the best night crowd that we've had, round about 10,000 people. Neil Kerley.
Yes, both sides are starting to settle down now, and we should start to see some good movement.
The kick by Stasinowsky now from the full-back position goes wide to the half-back line, coming in hard and fast as Kerley for, oh, it's not Kerley, it is number 29 for Norwood.
Taylor.
And we find it is going, oh, good mark there, a good mark, taken on the half-back line for Carlton by Greg Towns. Number 9, he takes it deep back to the half-forward line, looking for a high flyer, can't find one. Taking it away there was Norwood, back into the centre line, and Pickett comes in. Pickett has marked the ball to centre field, moves along, plays on. Umpire said, go for your life, fella. And he goes up there now looking for the high flyers. None are there. City Jackson picks, shoots at goal, offline once more, and through front of the point to Carlton. 1 goal, 5, 11 points to Norwood, 2-6-18.
That was a lovely mark by Towns. Could qualify for the Coles Channel 9 mark of the match, which we'll see next week, and that'll make Bobby Simpson, an avid viewer to Australian rules football up in Sydney, pretty happy to see marks of that calibre being taken after 3 weeks of successive rain here, marring the football. But tonight is a great night as Olsen takes the ball for Carlton, drives for goal, coming up towards the end of the quarter, and that's a lovely goal by Carlton. And that just about levels the score at the end of the first term, or just on the end of the first term. 2 goals 5 now, Carlton 17, just trailing Norwood 2-6-18. Neil Kerley, your comment.
A bad roving error there from the Norwood rover. No player in front of the pack. The Carlton boy, all he had to do was pick the ball up, turn around and shoot an easy goal. That's a rover's position in front of the pack.
Well, just on 20 minutes gone in the first quarter, Norwood 2-6-18, leading Carlton 2-5-17, and umpire Peter Meter centre field once more. Peter Jones gets up with Butler, goes down to the ground, players moving very hard and fast. Nobody can gain possession, stacks on the middle as the siren sounds for the first quarter, with Norwood holding a 1-point lead at the first time. Quarter time scores Norwood 2 goals 6-18, leading Carlton 2 goals 5-17.
Forward line players have changed numbers, and no wonder we're all confused. Most of the crowd is. Seekamp takes the ball out of the centre for Norwood to drive them into attack. McClure in good position to mark, not paid, didn't hold it quite long enough. It was Parke who knocked it away from him. The hand pass comes out towards Parke. Good football by Norwood. Gets it across in the direction of Gallagher this time. Gallagher can't control the ball. Gets it in the direction of Michalanney, and it's intercepted again by Towns, who's playing a great game on the half-back line for Carlton. A mark taken by Barry Armstrong at centre half-back, and away he goes towards centre half forward. Jackson is there, knocked away from him there by Thiel. Thiel on the ground. So too is who's that? Olsen over there. And there's a ball up at centre half forward for Carlton, with Jones coming against Button. Button in the white shorts for Norwood, gets it down to the ground, taken away for Norwood over there by Nicholson. Up they go towards centre half forward. Beautiful position, almost a mark taken by Michalanney, but he hesitated just a moment too long. Higgins over the top of the ball for Carlton, gets it out in the direction of O'Connell. Gee, it's scrambly football in the opening stanza of this second quarter, and umpire Peter Mead keeping a pretty careful eye on things. Olsen gets it across towards McConnell, the racy winger from Tasmania, and McConnell on a half-back flank, back towards centre field. Jackson has the fly here, knocked away from him by Button. The boundary line coming up, pretty close to it, and it's trundled across the line. No, just kept in play. Mangles it is. Mangles twisting and weaving his way out of trouble, but the Norwood team are tackling fiercely. And there's a bounce by umpire Peter Mead at the 62nd mark of the second quarter. Neil Kerley.
Yes, I think Peter Jones has got to start doing a bit of work here. He's not on top in ruck at all. As a matter of fact, Button's beaten him pointlessly.
Carlton not having their own way in this game so far, as Nicholson took the knockdown from the ruck, and a free kick will be played here to Norwood. It looks like it'll be played to Johnny Wynne, number 28 for Carlton at centre field. He goes deep down to centre half forward, looking for the high-flying Gregg Parke, who tried to fly from behind, couldn't do so. Coming out, good play there by Carlton defence. Came away there from Higgins. He couldn't do much. The ball goes down to 21 as Rossier. Rossier, number 21, gets up to the half-forward line for Norwood again. McClure from behind. And also we find Austin. Now O'Connell has the ball for Carlton. Swings onto his left boot, goes for the short one. A nice sneak pass to Gregg Town on the half-back flank. He comes down along centre wing, and we find Rossier, 21, gaining possession. Lost it once more. 26 is Seekamp. Out towards Nicholson. Nicholson has the ball now. Tackle here by Pickett. Back to Nicholson once more. Goes for the high kick. Looking for Parke once more. They fly. No result. Down here towards Woodcock. Shoots a goal. And goes straight through. It's Gallagher, number 9. He's one of the boys that's changed his jumper. And straight through the centre for another goal to Norwood. And that's not a bad start for the Norwood Football Club. One thing about this game, Neil, that the Norwood Club, I feel, are taking this game right up to Carlton, particularly with their pace and also their willingness to get in the pack.
You keep saying they're taking it up to it. Of course they're going to take it. What do you think, Robert Sheilas or something?
I don't think they're going
to start well. They're
not sitting back like the other games we've seen here, Neil, so far in the season. Norwood 3-6-24, Carlton 2-5-17, centre bounce once more, and a free kick going to Percy Jones, the tall ruckman that Neil Kerley said must do a little bit more. Here he starts now. Could be a bad omen for Kerley, South Australia, as the kick goes up, and a good mark taken a centre half back by Stephen Kerley, number 25, the former Melbourne player. Out here looking for Thiel, number 33, ducks around back onto his left boot, goes back to the centre of the ground, and Percy Jones sits, waits, and loses the mark. To the ground it goes. Norwood are leading Seekamp. Handball's out to Parke. Parke goes to handball, dummies, shoots it, goal, close, to Norwood. 4 goals, 6, 30 points. That's the second goal. Kicked by Gregg Parke. Forward 4-6-30, leading Carlton 2-6-17. What about that, girls?
Well, I think they're still taking the game up to them, all right. But Parke is proving a handful at centre-half forward, and McClure has got to tighten his game considerably. He's letting too much through. I think that's Parke's second goal, and he had an opportunity to put the first one on the board, but missed an easy one.
Well, for South Australian viewers, Gallagher wearing number 9, Woodcock 11, Dunstan 31, and Michalanney is wearing 10 in wholesale number changes. And before they come again, Parke was impeded. Comes out towards McClure, the half-back, who falls over, running for that ball. Good play by Michalanney. Gets the ball back in towards the half-forward flanker in Woodcock, and Woodcock, not in possession, gets the free kick. In towards the centre-half forward position. They're playing magnificent football to Taylor, and Taylor within scoring distance for Norwood's 5th goal. The opportunity here at the 5-minute mark of the second quarter. Ideal conditions.
Fair distance out, isn't it?
Well, Parke almost scored from here. There's the kick. It's a lovely shot for goal. It's through. Norwood's 5th.
Ho, ho.
And at last we're seeing what night football can really produce, and it's what the National Football League and Wills have been looking for in this National Football League competition. Ideal conditions, a big crowd, and a fast play on style of football put up by Norwood, who moved to 5-6-36, Carlton 2-5-17.
There's Carlton's experienced players have got to start to pull this game around a bit now.
Neil Kerley starting a little bit of a smile on his face now as Seekamp goes in, overruns the ball. Cottocchio's in there. Cottocchio gets away beautifully from the pack. Oh, great football, Vince Cottocchio. Gets back up to the half-forward flank, but it's all Norwood here as we find Thiel there, number 33. Oh, they're good. They're playing great football, Norwood. Up to the half-forward. Oh, they fly high quick. Couldn't handle the ball. Paid it. The umpire has paid the mark, and the crowd here at Norwood are going insane with enthusiasm for the Norwood players. It's on the Norwood ground. It's their home ground towards Kevin Heath. He flies, and Kevin Heath marks very safely in defence on the half-back flank. Plays the grandstand side, looking for Button, number 30, flying from behind. Knocked away. Parke is in there. Button gets a handball out here to Taylor. Taylor goes forward, and a mark to Norwood once more. It looks like it's going to Nicholson. Nicholson goes for the short one over here and finds another colleague player, a teammate, and it goes to Woodcock. And Carlton are making changes. Huey Mitchell is sending Rod Golf from defence, or from attack up into defence here, as Woodcock comes in, shoots at goal. Oh, it's another bad shot. Either by Woodcock. He's put it straight through the centre. 7 goals, 6-42. Norwood leading Carlton 2-6-17. We've been playing 6 minutes into the second quarter.
Norwood are missing 2 of their top players in Ross Dillon, a state player, former Melbourne player, who's been finding form hard to come by, but still he's a talented footballer who knows the Carlton style of play, and also Neil Craig. But it's true to say that Carlton are without several of their stars. Robert Walls for one, Southby for another. Alex Jesselenko, of course, is sadly missed, and Keogh and Ashman, their 2 top rovers. But still, it's Norwood really taking the game away now as they come through Thiel, down towards Gallagher again, and Gallagher it was, taking the mark to Seekamp, and Seekamp driving Norwood forward. The chance there for over-the-top Woodcock to take the mark, but it's taken in front there by Rodney Gold, who was best of field against South Fremantle, won himself a Philips television set, and that goes to the top player in this game too at the end of the game. So be watching for the man of the match award. Carlton trying to move the ball forward, down towards the centre line player in Rosser it goes, Glen Rosser, up towards full forward, Dunstan! This is Graeme Dunstan, who played with Collingwood in the VFL.
Perfect use of body there, David. He held his ground very well.
Neil, he's lined up at full forward. He's on Austin, and Michalanney is in the forward pocket and rucking. Now, this is Dunstan, about 50 metres out. The angle shouldn't worry him too much. The chance for Norwood's 7th goal. The kick by Dunstan is a long one. It's a lovely shot for goal. There's no trouble with it. Dunstan's first and Norwood's 7th goal. 7-6-48 to Carlton 2-5-17. Neil Kerley.
Well, Carlton are in all sorts of trouble. They can't find a winner. They can't find players to take marks around the ground. They've been beaten in the roving division and across centre, and they've just got to start to do things, and you just can't see where it's going to happen.
Okay, here we have Peter Mead bounce the ball once more. Button goes up, or Johnny Wynne is at centre field. It comes down to the pack here on the Carlton's half-forward line, but the very strong Norwood defenders are there. And Bobby Wilson, the the promotions man from the NFL Wills Cup told me today on the phone, if Norwood win today, we're going to get some NFL blazers for the competition throughout the season. There's a kick now, going there by Pope, goes out towards Seekamp. Seekamp grabs the ball, takes it around the centre field. Armstrong for Carlton. I tell you what, they're tackling hard, this Norwood club. They're tackling real hard. This is one of the most fierce games we've seen so far in the NFL competition, the Wills NFL competition. Don't forget to look for the mark of the match as we take Thiel, take it back, give it a button. The button goes deep down centre field, looking for Parke behind. And the umpire has paid the mark over Mark McClure of Carlton. Gregg Parke on top of McClure, kicks into the man of the mark. He recovers, goes for the short one, and Kerley.
Killing him.
They're playing well. Number 11, we find has changed his number. Number 11 is Roger Woodcock, playing now on the half-forward flank and well within scoring distance. He's a left footer. Oh, look at this, will you? Oh, the umpire said, yes, sir. Another goal. That's his second goal. 8 goals, 6. 54 Norwood, leading Carlton 2-6-17.
He doesn't miss many, Woodcock. He's a very accurate kick, very elusive. He covers a lot of ground, and I don't know who the boy is opposing him, but he's in for a hard night, number 9.
That's 2-5-17 to Carlton and not 2-6.
Woodcock has had 6 kicks from the half-forward flank and 2 goals is good percentage. And now this Norwood crowd really stirred up, and this is a great NFL Wills Cup Group D match between Carlton and Norwood. Norwood, the home team, with the white shorts. And it's this player on the wing, Rosser again, driving them forward. And there's Parke, metres in front, gets the hand pass across in the direction of Woodcock, who gathers fires another one for goal. It's another one to Norwood. That's the goal. And that's 3 goals to Woodcock. Norwood 9-6-60. Carlton 2-5-17 at the 11-minute mark, second term.
Yes, well, you can't do much to beat that sort of football. They're running right, Norwood. They've got winners all over the ground. Their players are prepared to run. Their handball's good. They're backing up tremendously well, and they're just finding the goals at will now.
We've been playing 11 minutes into the second quarter. Norwood 9-6-60, leading Carlton 2-5-17.
That's 7 straight goals in this quarter in just on 11 minutes.
And a free kick going Norwood's way once more. Will be going to, it looks like Button, number 30, at centre field. The big ruckman, a very tall, strong player. He goes deep looking for Parke from behind again. He gets in front position, no mark. Out towards Olsen of Carlton, tackled very hard. Can't pick up the ball clearly. He does so now. Goes out to the half-back flank looking for Armstrong. Couldn't take the ball on the half volley. Oh, but Norwood are playing brilliant. Cam comes in on. Oh, it's Cam, it's Palm. The umpire moves in here. I got carried away a little bit there and called him Cam. But it's Palm, number 19, on the half-forward flank for Norwood.
You'll get a smack in the mouth.
And well within kicking distance for Norwood. What a start for Norwood. Oh, it's a beautiful torpedo punt. It looks a little offline, though, and will go through for 1 point, taking Norwood to 9-7-61, leading Carlton 2-5-17.
Hoots from the Norwood fans, because that behind broke the sequence of 7 straight goals in this quarter. A 15-metre penalty being applied here, and that is when a player does not come back, or one of the reasons is when a player does not come back on the mark quickly enough, the umpire invokes his 15-metre penalty that takes the club with the free kick 15 metres closer to goal. Out wide go Norwood again, and Rosser is there. He's playing a mighty game on the wing. Drops it in towards Seekamp. That was his 10th kick, Rosser, to Seekamp, who must have had just about as many, towards centre half forward. Should be bad football, bad misunderstanding by the Carlton players, but they should get out of it. Through McClure. They can't do very much right. In comes Parke. The handball in the direction of centre half forward. Comes back towards Parke now, and he's got time to steady and drive it up towards the forward zone. It's not a good kick. Jones intercepts for Carlton. The hand pass away towards Kevin Heath. The hand pass again over towards Olsen. Very close to the boundary line. He's tackled by Rosser. And the push is the rule here. And the free kick will go to Olsen on centre wing. Norwood 9-7-61. Carlton 2-5-17 at the 13-minute mark, second term. Teddy Whitten.
Kick back to centre field now. We see Galt get a handball out, but taken away by Pope, number 35, up towards the half-forward line. Peter Jones knocks the ball away. Out towards Armstrong for Carlton. Swings on his left boot. Carlton in the black shorts, but Button is sitting underneath it. Norwood in the white shorts. Hands ball back here to Gregg. Number 22, the back pocket player. Out towards Rosser, 21. He goes deep to the half-forward line. But in the front position, Johnny O'Connell and the umpire, Peter Mead, has paid the mark at the 14.5-minute mark into the second quarter, and it will go to Johnny O'Connell of Carlton.
Gee, these Norwood boys like that white football, the Kookaburra football from Thompson's and Melbourne. Ted, it stands out well under these lights.
They're playing well as we see Seekamp get it back here towards Taylor, 29. Handballs over here now, and Carlton and Norwood go into attack once more. Taken away by Nicholson. His kick ricochets off an opponent to Woodcock. And we see big Percy Jones there. Can't do a thing with it. To the ground it goes, and the Norwood players going in very hard. Towns of Carlton tries to get the ball out. Can't do a thing with it, but a free kick to Olsen. Number 24 plays on. Gets a handball out here now towards O'Connell. O'Connell of Carlton. Handball back here. Oh no, they're to Higgins, and a free kick. A free kick goes further afield. Pickett, or I should say Higgins, was pushed after kicking the ball, and a free kick taken further field. Now Kerley.
Yeah, a lot of the players are losing their footing now. The grass is starting to get a bit dewy.
Right, the kick taken by Alan Mangles up the half.
Beautiful, Stephen
Kerley. No mark, said the umpire, and he will move in and will bounce the ball on Carlton's half-forward line. Carlton 2-5-17. Norwood 9-7-61. The bounce goes down here towards Johnny Wynne. He takes the ball deep up to the half-forward flank, and Norwood on top in all departments. Nicholson, number 12, has taken a mark on the half-forward line, calling for a lead from his co-forwards. It's a high kick. Up there we find big Gregg, 22, knocked away by Carlton. Good defensive play. Oh, Carlton goes down to the ground to Higgins once more. Out towards the half-back flank. Pickett comes in, handballs back here. Oh, no, trouble! Holding the ball, said the umpire. And a free kick will be taken here. And a 15-metre penalty by Seekamp. Number 26, a centre player for Norwood. A torpedo punt up towards the 10-yard square. Percy Jones sits, waits, no mark. Umpire said play on. A snapper goal by Norwood, but over the boundary line on the full, and a free kick to Carlton.
Ted, Norwood is sitting a man back across his half-back line now, and it's making Carlton's job very difficult to get through.
Just 5 minutes of this second quarter to go. 16 minutes have gone. 21 minutes the duration in all. Now Austin takes this penalty kick. Jones in front, has the ball knocked away. The Norwood players faster to the ball. In there is Barry Armstrong, number 12 for Carlton. He was brushed aside pretty easily. Comes back towards Pope, who's playing his 250th game tonight for Norwood. Great football, determination. In it goes towards Rosser. Rosser drops it across towards Parke at half forward, and Parke again almost within scoring distance. And almost a 15-metre penalty applied against Greg Towns too for cribbing over the mark and not coming back quickly enough. Now Parke lining up fairly deliberately, but drops the short pass in. That's good football, and it comes to Michalanney. Woodcock, all right, we'll get them right in a moment.
You leave this fella loose and he'll destroy you. He's got to be checked closely, this boy.
Right, Woodcock, he's already scored 3 goals. We should be conversant with him by now. The left footer lining them up. Oh, he's hooking it back beautifully. That's a lovely goal. Great goal to Roger Woodcock. That's 4 goals to him and 10 goals to Norwood. And that's 8 goals in this term, and Carlton have not scored in the second quarter.
What about those comments from Neil Kerley, David? Neil, you certainly must know these players, being coach of Glen. A natural left footer on his right foot, swinging into goal. Has he done much damage to
I've seen him kick too many of the buggers, yeah.
Too many of the what?
Too many of them.
Oh, forget it, will you? As we're back at centre field now. Umpire Peter Mead bounced the ball, goes down towards Nicholson, number 12. Taken away, and Norwood go into attack again.
Thiel. Taken
away by Thiel. Number 33 goes deep. Down looking for Gregg, Parke flying from behind. And has marked. Oh. And he's taken off him. It wasn't Gregg Parke. It was Michalanney, but the umpire paid the front man to Mark McClure. He comes back looking for Peter Jones. Thiel gets up behind, knocks the ball down in good defensive play, but Norwood playing in front all the time. Back to Thiel. Thiel goes out to the half-forward flank. Oh, nearly a good mark, but taken away. Seekamp's in there. Should have been paid the free kick. Play goes on. Oh, and it's fast and furious here. Seekamp, he recovers. Beautiful football by Seekamp. Back to the forward line. This time they fly back towards Parke. Handball out here towards Michalanney. Oh, Dunstan shoots, and he's popped it through. Another goal. That's the second goal by Dunstan. He is is the son of a former great Collingwood player, Dunstan, also the brother of young Dunstan, Ian Dunstan, who plays for the Footscray Football Club. And the scores now, Carlton 2 goals 5. 17, trailing Norwood 11 goals 7, 73. We're at the 19-minute mark of the second quarter.
And the blonde bombshell Mark McClure has been taken off Greg Parke. Kevin Heath has gone to centre half back as we approach the 19-minute mark of this second quarter. Towards Parke, number 20. That's the man who's doing all the damage at centre half forward. O'Connell takes it away. The hand pass on in the direction of McConnon. McConnon towards centre half forward on one of the few occasions that Carlton have come beyond the half forward line. From behind was Brown. Katogia in the middle of that pack, weaving, ducking his way out of trouble, comes across towards Gallagher. Gallagher tackled nicely there. Oh, beautiful football by Norwood. Gets it across now towards Nicholson, towards half forward line, and Towns is the player holding this onslaught by Norwood up for the time being, but not for long. Comes across towards Taylor. Taylor dribbling the ball towards Seekamp, in towards Parke, who should mark here. Parke not paid, off hands, down it goes. David Palm, who is playing only his third game. There's the Norwood coach in Bob Hammond, former state fullback.
Don't know why he looks worried.
No, I think he must be very pleased with his team. Rod Austin driving the ball towards O'Connell. Dangerous football. Intercepted by Parke. The hand pass across in the direction of Nicholson, who fires for goal, and he's just offline. Great football by Norwood in this second quarter. Coming up to the final 60 seconds of the term, and Norwood are 11-9, 75. Carlton at 2-5, 17. The Blues, that's Carlton, have not scored in this quarter. Teddy Whitten
now takes a kick down to the half-back flank. The high flyers go up. It was Kevin Heath in front, number 18 for Carlton in the black shorts, and he has been paid the mark. He goes around centre wing looking for Mark McClure. He's gone from defence into attack onto the half-forward line. Takes the ball now, gets it around to Pickett, who goes deep down to the half-forward line, looking for Peter Brown, 21, 41. He can't hand the ball. There's the siren for half-time, and what a great half to Norwood. At half-time in the Wills National Football Club, and I hope you're watching Bobby Wilson in Sydney tonight. The Norwood lead 11-9, 75 to Carlton 2-5, 17. There's a shot of Huey Mitchell, the assistant coach of the Carlton Football Club, who is acting on behalf of Ian Thorogood tonight, because Thorogood's been delayed on business, and Huey Mitchell is the acting coach for Carlton tonight.
Ted, he looks like he's broken down as well.
Competition under lights at Norwood Oval in Adelaide. The game between Carlton from Victoria and Norwood, the home team from South Australia, last year's premiers, in the white shorts. And quickly it's John Wynne who'll drive Norwood into attack. Oh, and the mark as easily as you like, taken there by Michalanney. Jim Michalanney, the full forward. We notice that David Dixon, one of Carlton's reserves, is on the field. We'll find him number 27 during play, no doubt. Now, this is Michalanney. No score to his credit to this stage. Not too far out from goal. He's going to drop it pretty close, right into the goal square, and a little bit of holding and shoving there. And the free kick will go to Greg Parke against Kevin Heath from Carlton for holding in that contest there. And Parke, who already has 2 goals to his credit, surely can't miss from here, and that's going to make it pretty tough for Carlton, who already trail by more than 9 goals, because this is the opportunity for Norwood's 12th. Parke, oh, he screwed it through. Yes, it's a goal, but only just. Could have kicked it with his knee. That's his 11th kick, and that's Norwood's 12th goal. So 12-9, 81, Carlton 2-5, 17, and they've started certainly where they left off in that second quarter, in which they kicked 9 goals 3. There's David Dixon, number 27, a good player, making his comeback to Carlton. He's played a couple of games in VFL ranks, but he was a star winger 2 or 3 years ago before a leg injury took him out of play for just on almost the total of last season.
There's centre gone, Neil.
Ted, Percy Jones having trouble working up the centre ruck setup. He's been penalised time and time again.
Right down by goes the ball again to Michalanney once more. Number 10 for Norwood. Oh boy. Norwood taking this game right up to Carlton. Carlton haven't got the pace to keep with them at this stage. Looking for Johnny Wynne, number 28. Can't mark the ball, recovers, swings onto his left boot, shoots at goalie, hooks it. It's close, it's through. Another one. 2 goals in the first 2 minutes of the third quarter. and takes Norwood to 13 goals 9, 87 to 2-5-17.
Ted, not too many people would know watching this that John Wynne doesn't like kicking with his left leg. He's got a bad ankle and an arthritic knee, and it's only at the extreme circumstance that he'll use that left leg, and we saw it on that occasion, and he hates doing it.
He's got shorts on like Smoking Joe Frazier too, right down to his knees.
He's playing like him too.
Didn't make any difference to that goal. There's the bounce now. Up goes Peter Jones, but it's big Button there, gets the ball. Johnny Wynne's in there, City Jackson throwing arms and legs around, but umpire Peter Mead moves in at centre field once more in the first 3 minutes of play, where Norwood have kicked 2 goals in the third quarter. Button goes up, gets up, ball down, takes it with him. Handball's out towards Seekamp. He can't control the ball. Oh, Carlton players go in there, door fierce to win a kick, but it's a kick once more going to Norwood. It will be taken here. Win once more by Johnny Wynne, number 28. The player that Neil Kerley was just talking about. He's a player that came over from Western Australia back to Norwood and has played a big part in their success last year in the premiership win. Up towards Gregg. Parke flies down towards Nicholson on the light foot, shoots at goal, but it's offline and goes through for another point. Neil, by gee, they're attacking, aren't they?
Yes, they're running it well now, and John Wynne, he's playing a great captain's game, moving the ball out, but this is bad, this short kicking off.
There goes a short kick, but umpire Peter Mead said that the goal umpire had not finished waving the flags, and the fullback Kevin Heath will have to, Rod Austin I should say, will have to wait till the umpire recalls him. He's kicked now, he tries the grandstand, out to Kevin Heath on this occasion, and the umpire has paid the mark to Kevin Heath. Number 18, the former Hawthorn player, transferred to Carlton this year, up looking for David Dixon, 27, just on the ground at half-time, takes a mark on centre wing, grandstand side, goes for the short one, out of bounds, on the full. And a free kick going towards Thiel, number 33 of Norwood, on their half-back line. Grandstand side, goes into the centre. Oh, Norwood are looking for the loose man, Taylor, number 29. City Jackson on the mark, back to centre field once more, a good mark to Johnny Wynne at centre field. Carlton are playing from behind, waiting for Norwood to make mistakes, but they're not making mistakes at this stage, and they're certainly paying the dividends by getting in front and playing well. There's big Gregg, gets a handball now, goes out towards Rossier, goes for the short one towards Seekamp. Oh, between his legs, taken away there by Armstrong. Gets it back up the centre wing and punched away down towards Byrne of Carlton. Gets a handball to City Jackson, throws it to his right boot towards Mangles and McClure. McClure couldn't handle it, but Mangles recovers. One bounce, handballs over towards Rod Galt, number 17. Shoots at goal. This could be their third. It is through the centre, and a goal to Carlton. 3 goals, 6. That's 23, trailing Norwood, 13 goals, 88.
Once again, Ted, we saw the goal come from a bad mistake by Norwood. Seekamp out on his own to receive a short pass, slipped and lost the ball, and Carlton swept downfield for well, I don't know what you call it, a much-needed goal or a salvation goal, but they certainly needed that one badly.
Norwood 13-10-88, Carlton 3-5-23, and that's the first goal since quarter time for Carlton. Back in the centre, Wynne is number 28, Button number 30, Button gets it down. Down it goes towards Taylor, has nowhere to kick it to, and he's driven it right across towards the outer flank, and it's out of play on the full, much to the horror of the pro-Norwood crowd over there. Now this is Towns, who has the free kick for Carlton, up towards centre half forward. In front was Stephen Kerley with Button, or Button inadvertently knocked it forward, goes to Olsen, nicely across towards Mangles, and Mangles lines up for the fourth, and he's put it through. Another one.
Well, away, David?
No, I don't think so. They're coming from the stakes.
Lovely goal by Mangles, and Carlton trying to get that teamwork that has eluded them over the last 5 VFL matches. They've lost 5 straight, don't forget, after winning their 7 straight wins. And a nice goal by Mangles put Carlton's 4th goal on the board, 4-5-29 now, to Norwood 13-10-88. But they've got a long way to go. They're trailing by 9 goals 5 after 7 minutes of play in this third quarter. Now Norwood coming forward again. Up it goes towards Gallagher. Gallagher in front, well in front of Peter Brown, who is now playing on the back line. And Gallagher up towards full forward. Looking for Michalanney in front. Oh, almost the lovely mark. Could almost have qualified for the mark of the match. Taken away in defence by Armstrong. Back towards centre wing. And in front is Button. Should have been paid the mark again. Comes back towards Gallagher. The hand pass on in the direction of Nicholson. And Nicholson, one of the top rovers for Norwood. Up towards full forward for Michalanney again. Comes to Armstrong. Pushed in the back. And he'll take the free kick. Barry Armstrong on half-back flank.
Well, gee, David, he's been a bit funny, this umpire, with some of his interpretations. There's a kick now by Armstrong up towards Mark McClure, and a nice mark to McClure on centre wing. He handballs to Gatoggio. He runs around trouble, gets onto his right boot up to the half-forward line, looking, and Nelly found his teammate there, and a free kick will be paid here to Carlton, is going to pick at number 30. He's at the half-forward flank for Carlton. Goes for the drop punt up to the full forward position, knocked away there, taken away here by the fullback there in Stasinowsky, out towards Seekamp. Seekamp comes back to centre half forward to Parke from behind, and no mark to Parke, to the ground, picked up by Heath. Out it goes to Jones, Jones to Armstrong, onto his left, back to his right, out towards O'Connell, tackle! No mark, no free kick, out here towards Taylor, 29, looks for the shot. Oh, that was a concession kick, that one towards Gregg Towns to Percy Jones. He doesn't clap hands, but it's a kick out here to McConnell. McConnell 32, handballs back to O'Connell. O'Connell goes deep with a long kick up towards the half-forward line. Norwood in defence, and a good mark to Norwood in Stasinowsky. At the fullback, goes out towards, now we find Pope, dummies a handball, goes for the short one now, and finds his teammate there, and looks like Rossier out towards Gregg. Gregg handballs back here to Kerley. Kerley dummies around onto his left boot, looking for, and finds Woodcock, number 11, at the true centre position of the Norwood Oval. Norwood in the white shorts up here, and found the full forward in Michalanney. Michalanney at centre half forward now, some 60 metres out from goal. Will fire, trying to bring up Norwood's 14th goal at the 10-minute mark of the third quarter. It's a floating punt, will drop short. Jones is there, taken by Parke, and Parke shoots. And the goal umpire said 1 point.
Ted, this umpire's expecting these players to swallow the ball before he plays some of these marks. I thought there were 3 clear marks taken in that last passage of play, and neither of them were paid.
Norwood now 13-11-89, a 60-point margin over Carlton, 4-5-29. You wouldn't recognise the Carlton team that on June the 8th defeated South Fremantle by more than 19 goals here under inclement conditions, but gee, they played well that night. It's not the same team, but gets the hand pass across in the direction of Rosser, who's been a winner on that wing. Rosser has the ball taken away from him. Good play by Carlton, who are using their bodies well now. Over there is Gatoggio, and it's out of play.
I might add, David, they're not playing the same side either.
There's the Premier of South Australia, a welcome visitor down here at Norwood Oval, and the number 1 member, I think, of the Norwood Football Club, Don Dunstan. Taken away by Stephen Kerley, who drives it off. Beautiful position, and finds over there on the half-forward line Graeme Dunstan. No relation, incidentally. Dunstan gets a hand pass to Rosser. Rosser up towards the forward zone, and there'll be a penalty downfield.
Oh, yes.
Now, the state viewers who don't understand that rule is if a player is knocked over after he takes the kick, a penalty will be taken downfield where the ball lands. Now the umpire moving down.
Yes, David, this could be very interesting here, because another goal by Norwood at this stage, the 11-minute mark into the third quarter, could make it very hard on Carlton. They're in enough trouble now.
We'll see a check side. No, a short pass attempt here.
Oh! No, the mark not taken by Woodcock, but Woodcock is going to receive the free. Severe interference there to Woodcock, who already has 4 goals, all scored in that second quarter. A 60-point lead now, and that's that Norwood player over there, Rosser, still in the hands of trainers, and Sydney Jackson was severely reprimanded by umpire Peter Mead. Here's the kick for goal. Oh, he's missed. That's not like him at all. 4 goals, 1. That really blots his copybook. 4-1 to Roger Woodcock. Now Norwood moving on to 13-12-90. Carlton 4-5-29. Neil Kerley.
Object lesson for any youngster or forward there. The boy stabbed at the ball, didn't kick through with his leg, and you saw the result.
Comments from Neil Kerley, the coach of the Glen football team here in South Australia, as Austin takes the kick-off, tries the grandstand side, 2 Carlton players up together, to the ground it goes. Mangles of Carlton tried to get out, Button handballed it out, scooped it off the ground towards Michalanney. He was thrown off balance but gets it to his half-forward line. Good defensive play down towards Kerley of Norwood, pulled up too high to Poulter, number 35. He dummies right, back onto his left, handballs over here to Nicholson. Nicholson on centre wing, goes for the big long kick up to the forward area now, and good football by Norwood. They're tackling hard. O'Connell's in there, taken away here by Norwood, who go into attack, and a shot at goal here is just offline and forced through for 1 point here by the Norwood football team, and that was Palm, number 19, the centre wing player, now playing on the half forward line. Austin of Carlton at the 12-minute mark. Norwood 91, Carlton 29. Can they get up the Carlton side? They look to be in trouble, and knocked away by Heath. He comes out to Byrne. Oh, but Burns handball out here towards Cope. Oh, it's Thiel. Thiel goes for the short one to Woodcock. Over his head. Towns is there. Big hand. Percy Jones. Jones gets a handball out here towards Delidio. He goes back to centre field. Oh, but it's Norwood in the van here. And a mark taken by Johnny Wynne at centre field for Norwood. And Norwood into attack.
And John Wynne was not too kind with Sid Jackson in the centre just a moment or two ago, trying to even up for Rosser going down. Centre half forward now. There's Parke putting his body in nicely. And he loses possession of the ball, and the free kick will be taken by John O'Connell. O'Connell almost at fullback, between fullback and centre halfback, at the scoreboard end of the Norwood ground. A big crowd, ideal conditions at Norwood Oval. The first time in 4 weeks that we've been without rain. Oh, beautiful mark. Taken over there for Norwood by, is it Button? No, it's a bit too small for Button.
Oh, no, Thiel, I'm sorry.
Thiel, yeah. Right. Thiel drops it in towards John Wynne, who drops the easiest of marks. McConnell picks it up. Over it goes towards Thiel again now, who's assisted over there by Zubrinich. And Zubrinich, I think that's about his first kick of the game. He hasn't had to do too much. Drops it down towards Seekamp over there. Has the ball knocked away well by Armstrong. Up towards half-back again, and there's Thiel again. Thiel towards centre half forward, looking for Parke, but flying was Heath, interfering with Parke. A bit rough, I thought, that decision, but Parke receives the free kick.
They're playing like losers, Carlton, at this stage. They realise they can't win this game, and
it's right up your alley, isn't it, to see a Victorian side getting beat.
I love it, actually.
You love it.
Myself.
Yeah, I know.
Here's the short pass. Woodcock trying for the mark. Picked up by Katoggio, who's doing pretty well for Carlton. He's trying very hard, one of the smallest players on the field. Up towards McClure, the blonde-headed centre half forward now he is. Comes out towards centre wing. Over there is David Dixon, who goes down heavily and has paid the free kick. Paid the free kick for pushing in the back. Looking to centre half forward, Jackson intercepting the pass which was directed to Mangles. Knocked away down towards Seekamp, who'll get the hand pass across. Good football towards Thiel. Thiel out wide, again towards Woodcock. And Woodcock takes the mark and then goes down pretty heavily in that tackle.
Got to be 15 metres.
Kevin Heath, the player over there, and a 15-metre penalty will take Roger Woodcock pretty close towards the scoring zone.
Kick 4-1, David.
Yes, 4 goals, 1, Roger Woodcock. You watch his left foot kick, and he brings this ball back beautifully. Typical left footer's approach. His 12th kick, it's coming right in towards the square, and that's Big Galt, standing firm in the last line of defence to take the mark. 15-minute mark of the third term. Norwood leading 91 points to 29 at the Norwood Oval in Adelaide.
As Galt takes the kick off now, tries the grandstand side. Brown got his hands to the ball, couldn't handle it. But a free kick we played into Armstrong, plays on immediately. Gets the ball out to Johnny O'Connell, ducks around one player and goes high. But the ball is dropping short to the centre area and comes to the ground now. Coming in hard as Mangles for Carlton in the black shorts of Carlton side, up towards Percy Jones, played it on in basketball style, gets up towards Byrne there, can't do much with it, it's tapped over here, and we find number 35 is Pope for Norwood, and we find moving in now is Dixon of Carlton, but it's Norwood in the last line of attack here, taken away by Zubrinich, gets the ball back to centre field to Johnny Wynne, Wynne goes to Taylor, Taylor to Seekamp, Seekamp goes deep, looking for Gregg Parke, centre half forward, and Michalanney's there, and the mark has been paid in defence to Kevin Heath, number 18 of Carlton, in the black shorts, the Carlton side, and we've been playing 16 minutes into the third quarter. A good mark being paid here to Seekamp, the centre player for the Norwood side. Norwood in control of this stage. The short one, looking for and finding number 31 for Norwood is Dunstan. the former Collingwood player, been over here for 2 to 3 years now, puts the ball deep into the 10-yard square looking for Michalanney, and Nelly held the mark, put to the ground. Parke on his hands and knees like a player should do, and a free kick going Carlton's way will go to, it looks like Johnny O'Connell. Handballs out into Armstrong, straight down the centre. Norwood in the van, here they fly, and a mark to Norwood will be taken by Thiel. Plays on immediately out towards Gregg. 22 goes deep, they're into attack, this will be close, they fly, but it's no mark to the ground. It goes Norwood trying hard,
Parke's
but out goes by Delidio, and Greg Parks of Norwood is in trouble with injured leg. Out to Woodcock, but taken away here towards Jackson. Jackson gets out of trouble, drops the ball, recovers, pushed away, picked up here by Towns, tapped out towards Byrne. Tackle, Towns goes through, ducks his head and will take the free kick. Greg Towns on centre wing, the outer side.
Norwood 91, Carlton 29. The pass up towards the half-forward line's a good one. The mark taken over there by Ray Byrne. Byrne up towards the half-forward line, looking for McClure. Knocked away well by Stephen Kerley, held when not in possession. Comes out towards McConnon. McConnon too much pace over there, but Pope sticking right with him. Good defensive football by Pope, playing his 250th game to McClure. McClure shrugs the tackle, then drives up toward looking for Carlton's 5th goal towards the goals, where Stasinowsky went high, not paid the mark, almost qualified for the Coles Channel 9 mark of the match, but now in the last line of the fence, this is Zubrinich running round the boundary, gets the hand pass away, down towards the half-back line, looking for Glen Rosser. Rosser in towards the centre, and there, taking the mark is John Wynne, the captain. Great football by Norwood. 18-minute mark of the third term. Wynne up towards the half-forward line. The high flyers there, Parke roaming behind the pack. He was in the hands of trainers just a moment ago. That player dropping the ball is Rodney Gold, and this will let Woodcock in again for another try at the big sticks. Oh, great footballer, this fellow. Neil Kerley was commenting off air at half-time. He wonders why league scouts haven't been across from the VFL to look for him in years gone by. 4 goals to his credit.
Godwin's doing here?
Here's Woodcock's shot for goal in towards the goal square and off hands. That was his 12th kick from the half-forward flank. 4 goals, 2 to Roger Woodcock, and Norwood moved to just waiting for the scoreboard to go up. 13-12, I think, from memory. 13-14 it is. And there's that short pass again, and it finds Barry Armstrong, who's playing pretty well for Carlton, back towards centre field, looking for McClure. Fingertip mark. McClure looking out wide for McConnon, who was roaming well. McConnon, who's going to be grabbed up by Seekamp, up towards the centre half forward. Stasinowsky there, trying for the mark. A pack forming, an umpire, Peter Mead, calls for the bounce. Neil Kerley.
Too much experience, Norwood, for Carlton. I believe Carlton have got a pretty young side, and they're playing like it. Norwood are too experienced and too good.
Yes, they have a few players out, but that's only in their defence. Walls, Jesselenko and Southby, some of their more experienced players, but Neil, Craig and Ross Dillon out for Norwood sort of evens it up, Neil.
There's a free kick being played here by Peter Mead. Will be going to Percy Jones of Carlton. Peter Jones. Incidentally, Norwood have had 27 shots for goal to Carlton's 9, which indicates the story of the game so far at the 20-minute mark into the third quarter as Percy Jones lines up from 35-40 metres out. This could go anywhere, and it has gone somewhere right through for one behind to Carlton. 4 goals, 6-30, trailing Norwood 13-14, 92.
Right, now Stasinowsky, the fullback for Norwood, driving it down towards the centre half-back position, and the mark taken there by Michael Taylor. Taylor, the vice-captain and second rover, over towards the half-back line, looking for Zubrinich, who he found. Look, coming bursting through the pack is Jackson, who'll fire for goal from about 70 metres out. It's a lovely goal, and just in the square, the ball was touched by Neil Button, and off his hands it rolled through for a minor score. So Carlton 4-7, 31. Norwood 13-14, 92. Coming up towards the 21-minute mark, only time on to be played in this third term. Stasinowsky towards a lovely kick-off too, towards centre half-back. Oh, and is that Kerley flying for the mark? A beautiful mark by I keep calling him Neil Kerley. Stephen Kerley from...
Kerley could get higher than that.
He's got higher than that.
Towards the half-forward line. Norwood looking really good and consolidating their position. Comes off the hands of the pack towards Gallagher. Drops it across towards Parke, who must be qualifying just about for the Phillips television award for the man of the match. We'll find that at the end of the game. Coming in to meet the ball now is Taylor again. And a good tackle there. And Towns drags Taylor down and he takes the free kick. Towns into time on now. Only the time on period to go in this 21-minute plus time on third term, and that applies for the fourth quarter as well in these knockout matches. Over towards centre wing, and there's a free kick paid over there, and it will be taken by Glen Rosser, who's clearly taken the points on Rayburn on centre wing.
Rosser now from centre wing goes looking for Gregg Parke once more. A beautiful mark to Parke on the half-forward flank on the outer side of the ground at the 21-minute mark of the third quarter. 8th mark to Parke now goes for the short one, looking for Michalanney. The ball drops short. Michalanney grabs the ball, pushed away a little bit high, but the umpire said it was over the boundary line, and a throw-in will take place right in front of the scoreboard. There's a throw-in now. Up goes Big Galt, number 17 for Hawthorn, threw the ball out there towards Austin. Austin gathers in the ball, but ricochets off his opponent and goes over the boundary line once more for a throw-in in exactly the same position. Umpire boundary now, throws the ball in. Number 10 is Michalanney. Up there is Galt. Gets the ball down here. Goes towards Woodcock once more. Out it goes to Rosso. To Rosso goes once more from Dunstan, I should say. Over towards Seekamp in the front position. He gathers it in. Ducks away. Got it to his boot. Couldn't do much with it. Sidney Jackson gets in there like a little worm. Out towards Armstrong. Gathers the ball on the half volley. Out towards Mangles. He can't handle the ball on the slippery conditions now. He goes towards Armstrong once more. And Carlton are under pressure on a beautiful
they're more
in defence. Taken here in defence by Zubrinich, number 18. He plays back to the grandstand side. Oh, it's all Norwood as Pope takes a mark on centre wing. Number 35 goes back to the centre, looking for Parke. Parke's behind, but he flies. A great mark to Gregg Parke.
That could well qualify for the mark of the match.
A magnificent mark, going down looking for Michalanney. Oh, push in the back, no mark. Play goes on, and Norwood go into attack. A free kick to Carlton, and a free kick will be going Carlton's way. Looks like to Delidio, number 22 for Carlton.
He'd be thankful to feel the football, that fella.
Wayne Delidio, yes, he hasn't had too many kicks. That's his 6th kick. Jackson doing pretty well in the centre now, drops it across towards Cotoggio, who has trouble handling this ball. You're right, Neil, I think that dew is starting to come down fairly heavily now, and the ball is becoming pretty slippery.
Which makes Parke's mark a little while ago a great one.
Yes. Is that Woodcock now with the ball again? No, it's Nicholson looking for Woodcock, who led to the flank. Galt's in front. He should be able to mark and does so. Half-back flank, outer side, in front of the scoreboard, which shows Norwood 13-14-92, leading Carlton 4-7-31. Jackson, the hand pass towards Gregg Towns, who goes towards centre half forward with a stifled kick, intercepted by Pope, who tries to run through McClure. He'll look for the hand pass now, over to his co-flanker in Thiel. Thiel loses possession of the ball, and that's a good decision by umpire Peter Mead that lets Vince Cotoggio in to take this kick. 24 minutes, 3 minutes of time on gone. Pretty close to siren time, third quarter. David Dixon. Dixon about 40 metres out. And for my money, Ted, I won't ask you, Neil, you probably haven't seen enough of David Dixon, but he should be in that Carlton side with it under strength as it is at present. Now, Dixon...
Just briefly, David, the last game he played here was enormous.
Yes, Dixon's shot for goal should just about sneak through. It's a handy one to Carlton. 5 goals, 7 behinds, 37 points. A long way behind Norwood, 13-14-92. This is a Group D match, which also includes South Fremantle, whom Carlton beat by about 19 goals 2 weeks ago. And Norwood will meet South Fremantle in just a couple of weeks' time.
Norwood are really piling on the pressure. Well, they did early. They've settled back a bit now into a more kick-to-kick game, but they've got players running all over the ground, and Carlton just can't match them.
Peter Mead, the central umpire, bounces the ball. Big Button goes up, gets it down here towards Nicholson, who breaks clear from the centre, goes deep to the forward pocket. We find Johnny O'Connell, and Taylor's there. No mark, to the ground it goes. O'Connell's there, grabs the ball, loses possession. Taylor was held, and Taylor should take the free kick. Number 29, the first rover for Norwood.
He's a beautiful kicker of the ball, this boy. He's not a true rover, Ted. They've tried to make him one, but he's a beautiful kicker of the ball.
Okay, right on siren time for three-quarter time now, and Taylor would be some 45 metres out from goal, right on the grandstand side. No wind. It's a direct kick that he wants. It's on its way. It'll drop short. Will it or not? Yes, it does. And no score from the result. So three-quarter time scores from the Norwood Oval in the Wills Cup NFL match between Carlton and Norwood.
for Carlton, and the big fellow Fletcher is on as his replacement. A little bit of to-do off camera there between 2 or 3 players, Alan Mangles and Seekamp from the Norwood club. Now Fletcher it was who got the free kick up towards centre half forward, towards the boundary line. We'll pick up the players here incidentally with the black marks underneath their eyes, and that is painted on the cheekbones to stop reflection from these bright lights that we experience for night football from reflecting into the players' eyes. This is McClure for Carlton, trapping the ball, driving Carlton forward up towards Jones. Cotoggio tried to take it on the half volley, couldn't do so. Good defence by Norwood. However, David Dixon chips into Cotoggio, who'll fire for goal. It's going to go pretty close. It's bouncing in the square and just touched on the way through by Thiel.
Pope.
That was good defence by the Norwood back pocket player in Pope, or half-back flanker, playing his 250th game tonight. He's been a grand defender, so too is Thiel on the other flank.
Gives you some idea, David, of how desperate they are to stop Carlton's onslaught in the last quarter, and great defensive play when he threw himself at that ball.
Greg Pittman tells us that Thiel has had 14 kicks. How many for Pope, Greg? If you can tell me in just a moment. Now this is Thiel, this time coming up for number 15, and that's good enough for a mark. Gets the hand pass across in the direction of the back pocket player over there in Zubrinich. And Zubrinich's kick is marked by Sid Jackson on centre wing. OK, so 1.5 minutes of play in this final term. Norwood leading 92-38.
There's a kick by City Jackson up to the half-forward line. Norwood fly high and a great mark. In defence there goes to Kerley, the centre half-back player, number 25, the former Melbourne player, been in Adelaide now at Norwood for some 2 years and playing grand football here this afternoon or tonight, and it's his 6th mark for the match. Up towards the centre wing position, taken here by Big Butt, held whilst not in possession, and a great decision by the umpire Peter Mead, who was in a beautiful position to view the incident and will ball up. There's the bounce now. Button goes up. A beautiful tap out towards Seekamp. He was held to Jackson. Jackson to his right boot to McConnell. McConnell on the run. Dashes away. Gets his high kick up. Looking for Percy Jones, who flies from behind. Can't handle the ball. Players held. Taken away by Kerley of Norwood. Up here looking for Thiel from behind. McClure in front. No mark. Norwood are playing this game hard for keeps. Taken by Mangles. Shoots at goal. Up towards the full forward area. And Gregg, number 22. The back pocket ruckman has marked beautifully in the last line of defence for Norwood. He goes to the outer side. From behind we see McConnell fly. Umpire said play on. There's the call. But look at him, he's in slow motion. Picks up the ball out towards Seekamp. Number 26 overruns the ball. Cotoggio's there. Held whilst not in possession. Play on is the call. Taylor shoots the ball away. Gets it up towards the centre half forward position. They fly from behind. Woodcock, but no mark. Tapped away. And this is Victorian style football that Norwood are playing as Towns goes to the ground and held and dropping the ball, the umpire said, and a free kick should be played here to Norwood. As we can see McConnell over here in the hands of the trainers for Carlton.
Ted, full credit to the Norwood Rucks tonight. Button's played a great game, supported strongly by his captain in John Wynne, and I think they've taken the Carlton side apart.
Right, Nicholson moves in for Norwood, shoots, and the goal umpire stood his ground, and it's through. Norwood, 14-14, 98, leading Carlton, 6 goals, 8, 36 it looks like, is it?
It's not enough anyhow, Ted, whatever it is.
38.
Well, Greg Nicholson has had 16 kicks as second rover, 1 goal, 4, and that's his first goal for the evening. But Norwood now, it's a matter of how far. 9 goals, 10 goals even, their break now. 98 points to 38 at the 5-minute mark of this last quarter. Now, Button is in there again. Fletcher, number 33 for Carlton. People just tuning in, Norwood in the white shorts. And this is a night game between NFL clubs in the World Series, Carlton and Norwood at the Norwood Oval in South Australia. Towards centre half forward go Norwood again. Pack of players by Peter Mead, who's done a pretty good job watching play very closely as the hand pass comes out in the direction of the half forward line for Norwood. Good football by them. Gets it across in the direction of Dunstan. Dunstan fires up towards the big sticks again, in towards the goal square, roaming the pack beautifully. Over there is Gallagher, and he slammed it through. Phil Gallagher, his second goal. He's been an elusive half-forward flanker. He's got 2, and Roger Woodcock on the other flank has got 4, and they've been very dangerous across that half-forward line.
Yes, both his goals have come from good roving in front of the pack. He rode that ball very well, read it off hands, no trouble snapping. They've been too elusive, too quick, too methodical for Carlton. They've played very ragged football, Carlton.
What price the check here tonight? The Norwood Oval. Norwood in the white shorts, last year's premiers in South Australia. Goes to Johnny Wynne. Johnny Wynne threw the ball out, and the umpire picked it up, and a free kick will go to City Jackson at centre field. We've been playing now 4.5 minutes into the last quarter. Jackson looks for the short one, looking and finds down there on the forward line. It looks like it is going to be Olsen, number 24. He's at the true centre-half forward position, well within kicking distance. Favours the drop punt. It's on its way, will drop close to the goals. They fly, good mark in defence to Button. A great ruckman. Oh, play on football, Victorian style. Goes out here towards number 12, Nicholson. He goes centre wing, the outer side behind. Jackson's there, but a good mark nearly taken there by Contogio. Jackson still in there, grabs the ball like a little ferret. Oh, but it goes straight in the hands of Stasinowsky of Norwood. The bounce eluded these players now. That's number 9 taken away there, and gets it back here towards the other boy, Palm. Palm swings around, gets it back, and away they go. Norwood, look at this. Football. Out it goes. Taken away here by Austin, the fullback of Carlton. Back to centre wing. Mangles is there for Carlton. Takes the mark and plays on immediately. Out towards David Dixon. David Dixon can't handle the ball, nor can Pope. Number 35 over the boundary line and goes for a throw in. Centre wing, the outer side. Neil Kerley.
Well, they just can't break clear, Carlton. Norwood are playing too close, tackling too hard. They're just not allowing the Carlton side to do a thing.
At the 7-minute mark of the final term, there's Neil Button in there again. He's played a great game. Gets the hand pass going, and good football by Norwood. Up towards the centre-half forward position. Knocked away by the Carlton defence. In chips Ray Byrne. Byrne very slow in getting the hand pass away to Galt. And Galt up towards the half-forward line, looking for McClure, who flies nicely in front. Put his body in front of Thiel. Gets the hand pass away to Barry Armstrong, who's been a busy player since half-time. Armstrong up towards the goal square. Jones knocked away by Gregg. And Gregg showing a clean pair of heels to Jones. And good combination football. Gets it across towards Pope. Pope in towards the centre, looking for John Wynne. Wynne runs into Byrne, or Fletcher it was. But good football by South Australian club Norwood. In towards Seekamp. Oh, steps around beautifully and fires up towards goal. That's a magnificent kick. It's going for a goal! Oh, magnificent.
Yes, that's perfection.
And Norwood now 16-14, 114. Beautiful goal. We saw him shrug off the opposition, sidestep beautifully and drive the longest goal of the night. 16-14, 110. Carlton are 5-8. Gee, it doesn't matter. 38. They're a long way behind. A gentleman standing in front of the score. There's Bobby Hammond then, the Norwood coach and former state fullback. He still looks worried. Looks as though he's chewing the ends off his fingers, but it's not the case. Norwood playing premiership brand football, and it must be a good sign for them because they started the season fairly sluggishly. The hand pass away from Zubrinich towards centre wing, but it's intercepted there by McConnon. McConnon, oh, he ran into a brick wall too. Drives it in towards Olsen, who fires for goal. That's an atrocious kick, and it's through for a minor score. 5-9-39 Carlton. Norwood 16-14, 110. Neil Kerley.
There's not enough you can say about the Norwood side tonight. They've been supreme in all departments. Their confidence is sky high. Their players are moving the ball along as if it's a dry night, and they're just playing far too well.
Stasinowsky from the full-back position now up towards centre-half forward. McClure drops the mark to Johnny Wynne. Johnny Wynne gets it to Seekamp. He's got the whole oval in front of him, but elects to take the kick off the side of the boot. They fly. Parke in front. Over his head it went down towards Taylor. Galt, number 17 for Carlton, moves out close to the boundary line. Over it goes for a throw-in.
Great to see such a large crowd here under ideal conditions at Norwood Oval. This is the 4th match that we've covered in the NFL Wills Cup on the National 9 network throughout Australia, and it's the first night that we haven't had any rain. And what a great crowd at the Norwood Oval. Greg Towns taking Carlton out of defence towards centre wing, looking for big Percy Jones, number 28, knocked away by Stephen Kerley. Down to the ground it comes, and Johnny Wynne, one of the best players on the ground, lost his copybook a bit by driving it straight out of play on the full, and O'Connell, John O'Connell, will take the free kick. Quick to play on towards Towns, towards Barry Armstrong, and Armstrong flanks it wide towards McClure, but strong defence by the Norwood players, 3 of them there to help each other out, and the Norwood fans are ecstatic here at the Adelaide ground of the Norwood team. Half forward flank for Carlton now, an interference here, and it goes Wynne's way, John Wynne, to take the free kick. Neil Kerley.
He's played a great game, Wynne, a great captain's game, and he's rucked the whole game. He hasn't had a change. He just hung around the centre, picked up numerous kicks, fed his teammates very well, and I think he's the best player on the ground.
The short one from Johnny Wynne so far goes into the centre, and it has been taken at centre field here by Taylor, who goes for the short one. It was Kerley, I should say. Goes towards Button with a long hand pass to Thiel. 33. Ducks back from his left boot. Goes over here to the centre for Seekamp. Flying from behind. Nelly, a great mark, but taken away by Jones. Can't do much with it. And there we go with Gallagher. Shoots at the big sticks, but offline. On a magnificent night, a free kick. A free kick will be played here to Norwood, and it looks like going to number 31, Dunstan, on a very acute angle here, right in front of the grandstand. Neil Kerley.
Well, you'll see that kick now with you fellas over there called a banana ball. We caught. No, he's passed across the ground.
There goes a kick looking for Parke. Is it Parke?
Well, that looks like Red Parke, and could qualify Greg Parke for the mark of the match. Cole's Channel 9 mark of the match, Neil.
I think we keep forgetting that one that was taken earlier by the Carlton
not losing sight of that, but that was beautifully manoeuvred by Parke, who drives for goal.
Through.
That's his 4th goal. How many marks and kicks, Greg Pedman?
17 goals, 14, 116 Norwood. Leading Carlton, 6 goals, 9, 39.
Well, he hasn't played too badly either. 17 kicks and 10 marks, Greg Parke at centre half forward, and he with the half forward flankers have really taken the Carlton defence apart. And Mike Poulter is just on the ground. That's in number 2 that we saw just come on the ground there, the fellow with the frizzy hair.
Both reserves on.
Both of them on, Poulter and Jenkins.
Yes.
Well, that's fair enough too at this stage of proceedings. 116 to 39, they can afford to let the boys have a run. McClure drives Carlton forward, but a scrubbing kick is intercepted there by Pope. Pope out wide, oh, beautiful football. There's Pope, not Pope, but that's Poulter on just 30 seconds ago, and he takes the mark. Taylor goes down, and he'll take the free kick towards centre half forward, a 15-metre penalty, and Norwood can't do anything wrong.
No, it's their ball game tonight. I think if they ran down the race, the ball would follow them. Everything's going right for them.
Right, here's a chance for Norwood's 18th goal. Very big crowd. Not one of them has left the ground. This must be premiership brand football. And the kick from Palm, it was David Palm, in towards the goal square, taken away by Austin. Austin's high kick. Now, the player doing battle here is Prosser in front. He's done exceptionally well tonight. Had the front position over Rayburn and got the umpire's benefit. Of course, the short pass is on to Parke, who's leading across towards centre half forward. So too was Poulter. Poulter was the man who Parke let fly for the mark. He couldn't take it. Heath tries to burrow his way through that pack. But look at those Norwood players, 3 of them against 1, and that's the way the pattern has been all night. Players there to back each other up. Teddy Whitten.
13-minute mark into the last quarter. This is the most severest I've ever seen a South Australian side tackle a Victorian side in the NFL competition as play goes forward now. Taken away here by Brown of Carlton, out towards Peterborough, Rayburn. Rayburn marks and plays on down centre field. A magnificent night for football. Punched away right into the hands here of the South Australian players. Taylor is there, but umpire Peter Mead will decide to ball up at centre field. Just on 14 minutes gone in the last quarter. Up goes Big Button, a big knock down to Nicholson. What beautiful football. Up towards Parke, and Parke is marked on the half-forward flank. Very close to the forward pocket, grandstand side, right in front of the Norwood grandstand for Norwood, and this could mean another goal to Norwood. Number 20, Greg Parke. He's held control around the centre half forward position all night, and the Carlton defenders have had no counter to his marking in the air, and his accurate kicking. There's another one, straight through the centre, and that is the 5th goal, kicked by Greg Parke. They go to 18-14, 122, leading Carlton 5-9-39.
Well, that's 11 marks to Greg Parke tonight, and he took something in excess of 20. There's some dispute whether it was 21 or 23 last Saturday, so he's in fine form, Greg Parke, and he's not far off the man of the match, make no mistake. 5 goals, 1 from centre-half forward with 18 kicks and 12 marks. Now, 20 and a half minutes have gone in this last term. Sorry, 15 and a half. Can't read the clock now. The scoreboard has got me dazzled with 122 points Norwood, 39 to Carlton. It's just a procession now for the Norwood team in the white shorts. Umpire Peter Mead watching this play. In there is big Gregg, but burrowing his way through was Barry Armstrong, who hasn't given up all night, trying very hard for Carlton. Beautiful mark to Thiel. Lovely mark by Thiel, and that caps off a great half-back performance. Looks for Stephen Kerley, but that's his 17th kick. Thiel from the half-back line towards centre wing. Barry Armstrong there again. Will have to get the hand pass away quickly. He does so to Fletcher, and Fletcher towards centre half forward looking for McClure. Knocked away by Button. No, it wasn't. Good mark by McClure. The hand pass to Rayburn. On in turn to Dixon. Put that player under a lot of pressure, the hand pass. Big Jones lumbering after the ball. Still can't gather it. Now he does. Towards Dixon. Dixon will have to get rid of it quickly. Tackled by Pope. In there is Stephen Kerley, 25. Close to the line. Oh, what a fight there. The players are tired. You're quite right.
I did that Percy Jones. He moves like sticking plaster.
Turn it up, will you?
Norwood 18-14, 122. Carlton 5-9-39. It's really a drubbing for Carlton, who have lost their last 5 games in a row at home in Victoria, and Norwood have really come good. They won by something in excess of 12-15 goals on Saturday, and they've carried on this performance tonight. Pickett gets the free kick, half-forward flank, and lines up from about 40 metres out, and he may have scored a goal. No, just offline. Yes, it is offline. 5 goals, 10-40 now. Carlton, Norwood 18-14, 122. Not long to go in this game. 16-minute mark of the final term. A 21-minute quarter coming up with time on.
Ted,
and we hope to be talking, incidentally, Neil, after this game with Bobby Hammond, the Norwood coach.
You'd have to put this down as a thrashing. It's Carlton have just been completely kicked off the ground.
All right, we'll agree with you, but just leave it alone now. Will you? At the ball goes to Zubrinich now. I knew you had to get something in like that, girls. As Zubrinich takes a kick on the half-back flank, goes straight across to the centre, the shortest way home. Up went the boy on the ground, number 2 in Poulter, but couldn't do a thing with it. Down it goes to the ground here. Pickett's go, hit very hard there. The Carlton player, a free kick must be paid here. Will be paid to Pickett, number 30. He's on the edge of the dial, the square now, as he takes his kick from centre half forward. Low, but it's all Norwood. Look at this, will you? Knocked away, could have marked the ball there, the big fella, but it goes down to the ground. Zubrinich comes out, number 18, gets a handball out here towards Pope, 35. He can't pick it up clean. The players go to the ground, stacks on the mill, and umpire Peter Mead walks in at the 17.5-minute mark into the last quarter with Carlton 6-10-40, trailing Norwood 18-14, 122. What a thrashing for the Carlton side. They're in real dire straits as play goes on now. Through the boy Pope once more on the half-back flank, gets out towards Seekamp. He's been a great player in the centre. Control the centre to Armstrong. Armstrong throw the ball out, gets back, recovers, picks it up onto his right boot, goes down to the forward pocket. Norwood again in the van. Out towards a big fella in Wynne. Gets it out here once more towards the half-back flank player in Kerley. He can't do much with it. Dixon's in there, and umpire Peter Mead walks in and will ball up once more at centre half-back for Norwood.
Too many players around the ball, Norwood. They're doing extremely well.
That's Neil Kerley, the coach of Glenelg, who have won their only 2 games in the Wills Cup series to date. Peter Mead watching play pretty carefully. David Dixon tries to back his way through the pack, has nowhere to go, gets it out to Jackson, who's been quiet in this term after a pretty good third quarter, has nowhere to go in turn, tries to get it to McConnon, beautifully knocked away by Pope on the half-back line. The hand pass to Poulter, and away go Norwood again. Great football by them. Up towards the half-forward line, watch out for Parke. He was under the ball, but recovers beautifully. Gets it across in the direction of Jenkins. In runs Gallagher and fires for goal.
And he's pulled his leg too.
Third goal to Gallagher. Cramped in the goal square, but it doesn't really matter. He'll be a happy player.
He's a very talented player, that boy. Got a tremendous amount of ability.
David, I've been calling that Carlton score 6 goals, 10, but that is very hard to distinguish from our position. It is 5 goals, 10-40, and not 6.
Wasn't that great football? The scouts have been there for Norwood all night. One player flying for the ball, as Gregg Parke did then, and the scout was Gallagher, and he put through his third goal. 3 goals, 2 from the half-forward line. And Norwood now 19-14, 128. Carlton a 5-10-40. Play underway again in the centre. There's Poulter, one of the players who initiated that move. Comes across towards David Palm, who's been a good little player in his 3rd game for Norwood. Across to Peter Brown it goes for Carlton. Towards the half-forward line. Stasinowsky, the full-back. He hasn't had a lot to do, but what he has, he's done well. Stasinowsky across towards the half-back flank, and Thiel Thiel, who must be very close to one of the best on the ground, gets the hand pass across towards Kerley to Thiel in turn. Lovely football by them, across towards Gregg, towards Gregg Parke. Down to the ground it goes. Towns, Fletcher the long hand pass, puts McClure under a lot of pressure. Poulter takes the crumbs, has to get rid of it pretty quickly. Lost possession to Olsen, and he'll take the free kick. Russell Olsen, centre half forward for Carlton. Time just about now. Beautiful mark over the top to Greg Nicholson, who's been a great little rover. Coming out is Pope again. Pope towards the half forward line, looking for Gregg Parke. Can't take the mark, comes down to Jenkins. Jenkins to Parke, and again, watch out for number 21 going by. It's Glen Rosser, and Rosser lines it up and puts it through again.
Oh, boy.
Oh, wonderful football. Glen Rosser, how many kicks? Greg Petman tells me it's 18 kicks. 20 goals, 14, 134 to Carlton, 5-10-40.
Yes, well, you go a long way before you see better football than this. The Norwood, they're just superb tonight. They've got winners all over the ground. Their players have tremendous confidence in each other. They're prepared to run. They're prepared to back up. They're prepared to use the handball. And, of course, the results on the scoreboard for all to see.
And Neil Kerley with the biggest smile you've ever seen over his face. If the viewers could see him here, right here now, from one ear to the other, seeing Victorian side go down.
And stay tuned for the end of the match. We'll have the Man of the Match award, and that player will take out a Philips colour television set, 26-inch.
Bounce the ball now from centre field, and we find that the Carlton side are defending once more as the Norwood players going in very hard and fast, and a free kick has been found here to Carlton, and it looks like the umpire will play it here to either Peter Brown or it looks like number 32, McConnell goes for the short one now, finds Fletcher, 33. He was on a three-quarter time. He takes his kick now from the true centre position, goes down at the time on margin, and from behind, Gregg.
The galloping hat rack.
The galloping hat rack said Neil Kerley. Out towards, he's a good player, this boy too. Number 21, Rosser. Rosser goes for the short one. Oh, look at them. Look at them, they're everywhere. Kerley flashes in. The short one. And we find the new boy coming on. In Jenkins goes for the big kick up towards the forward line. A good mark in defence there, taken by Rod Austin of Carlton. The last line of defence. We're in time on into the last quarter, and the kick comes back towards the grandstand side. They fly from behind. Rosser, 21, picked up by Mangles for the short one to Dixon, and David Dixon has held the mark. He came on at half-time. He kicked it into his own player. Ricocheted off his own player's shoulder and went over the boundary line for a throw-in. Norwood in the white shorts, Carlton in the black. Up goes the big fella, down towards Jenkins and to Parke. And Parke's marked on the half-forward flank.
That's a joke.
He looks a long way out for a goal here to score. But the way they're playing Norwood tonight, anything can happen.
Yes,
Kevin Heath's on the mark.
This might lob on a fair, he doesn't be carried through. No.
Short one, goes over here and finds number 9 there.
Gallagher.
At centre half forward in Gallagher. They've changed numbers. Anybody that has tuned in late here, particularly in Adelaide, watching the telecast, several of the Norwood players changed their jumpers and their numbers, confusing supporters and particularly the commentators.
And Carlton, I think.
And the Carlton side.
The main object.
There's the kick by Gallagher now. Well off line. Will drop short. They fly high. A good mark. A good mark. Right on the behind post there. We pick him up, it looks Michalanney, number 10. He originally was number 31 in the selected lineup, but now this could be one of those banana benders.
No, it's a check side.
A check side kick.
We'll teach you, Phil.
Here it goes, on its way.
Oh, look at that!
Oh, no! Don't tell me! Oh, you've got to be joking, Phil.
Oh, that caps off a great night, Neil, doesn't it?
Oh, my God.
What a magnificent goal.
Magnificent goal. Norwood are now...
Oh, how's the way that ball came back? It's a magnificent goal.
Carlton are 5 goals, 10-40, trailing Norwood, 21 goals, 14, 140. They're 100 points in front. David Grant.
All right, well, it's almost over here at the Norwood Oval. McConnell driving Carlton into attack as Teddy Whitten leaves our commentary position, and he'll be talking with Bob Hammond, the Norwood coach, after this game has finished. Coming down towards Thiel, who's played a great game on half-back flank, coming up for kick number 18. Towards the centre he goes, dropping in short, and there's Gallagher again. Great football by Norwood. Copybook stuff. The short pass goes across towards Nicholson. Nicholson shrugs that tackle. He's been a great little rover. Oh, beautiful football. lovely play. And that's Michalanney again, the man who just steered that magnificent goal through.
David, it's very rarely you get a side so completely in charge as Norwood are tonight. They can just do no wrong, and they're playing so superbly.
91 marks, Norwood to Carlton 47. Michalanney fires for goal. That's an easier one for him, and he put it straight through the centre. 22 goals, 14, 146 Norwood. Carlton a 5-10-40. Well, even with all the stars out of the Carlton team, headed by Walls, Jesselenko, Southby, Ashman and Keogh, it's been a great victory by Norwood, and I'm not putting that forward, Neil, as any excuse whatsoever, because we must remember that Ross Dillon is out of the team, and certainly Craig too, who's been a good utility for the Norwood team this year.
They've just been too good.
Certainly. Full credit to Norwood. Great exhibition. The hand pass now in the direction of McClure as Carlton try vainly to come forward. Pickett, they can't do anything right. Here's the siren. And we'll pick up the player of the match.
Very difficult one, this one.
Well, I have it before me now, and it's Gregg Parke. Gregg Parke, that's the player there with the blonde hair. Number 20, 5 goals, 2 from centre-half forward, Gregg Parke. Jim Thiel, the half-back flanker, was second, and Roger Woodcock, the half-forward flanker. And we'll be back with you.
The successful coach of the Norwood Football Club, Bob Hammond here, and the losing coach and acting coach of Carlton, and Huey Mitchell. Bob, first to you, must be extremely pleased with the performance of your players tonight.
Yeah, I was very pleased, Ted. They wanted the ball, and they knew what to do, and they used it very well. I was exceptionally proud of every one of them.
Did you expect them to defeat Carlton as easy as what they did?
I honestly believe we could win. I didn't expect to win by so much.
You must be extremely disappointed tonight with the performance of the Carlton players. 5 losses in a row in Melbourne, coming over here and defeated by Norwood. The way they did it.
Well, Teddy, as Bob said, you know, his team had the desire and our fellas just weren't interested. They wouldn't get in for the ball. They made many mistakes, which we've been doing over the last 4 or 5 weeks. They were kicking to the opposition, their hand passing, everything was just wasn't there.
Bob, you've got the next big match in the National Football League is?
South Fremantle.
That's in a couple of weeks?
About 4 weeks' time.
You'll be looking forward to that and playing in the final?
Yes, we're in it to win it, and we'll look at ourselves very well.
Bob, thanks for talking with us tonight. We must wind up now. We're in trouble with time, but congratulations. All the best for the future. And Huey, commiserations to you. Thanks. Back now to our commentary position.
Right, well, that was a great win to Norwood, 22-14, 146, defeating Carlton 5-10-40. Now, our next big match for telecast at the same time throughout Australia on the National 9 network will be Richmond from Victoria playing Swan Districts from Western Australia. So a great victory here at the Norwood Oval, a very big crowd. Beautiful conditions for football. Our thanks to Neil Kerley. A great win, Neil, in closing.
Yeah, it's a great one, David. I enjoyed it very much.
Yeah, congratulations to the South Australian team, Norwood. So on behalf of commentators Neil Kerley, Teddy Whitten from Victoria, this is David Grant saying hope to see you next week. Good night.